Hello all of my darling divas and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a talk through video on my foundation and concealer routine. A couple of months ago, back when I was doing the holiday bombshell series in December, I had noted that let me know if you want me to do my foundation and concealer routine, and some people had said yeah, I want to see it. So I'm sorry that it's so late, but I had to do a couple other things first. But my foundation and concealer routine are always changing because I'm always learning new tips and tricks and things of that nature. But I've been doing my foundation and concealer this way for a couple of weeks now, like pretty much since the new year started. So I think it's safe enough for me to record it, although it's subject to change in later months. I'll just make an update video if anything changes. I want to just put out there first that I am not a makeup artist. I am not a professional. These are just tips and things that I've learned and picked up over the years and recently, and I just have applied them to me, and these are what works for me. So I don't want anybody to think that I am like a professional makeup artist. No, I just have fun with makeup, and I've been applying makeup on myself for years now, and I'm always learning. I have run my mouth enough. Let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so let's begin. So my eye makeup is already done because I do my foundation and concealer routine after I apply my makeup. Some people like to do it the opposite way, so they'll apply their foundation and concealer before their makeup. Either way that you prefer to do it is totally up to you. So the first thing that I do is I conceal any blemishes that I may have. So obviously you can see I have this big old crater right here. I recently had a pretty bad breakout, so it's time for me to conceal those areas because it makes it easier for the foundation process. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking in the camera. I don't know what's going on. I'm looking in mirrors behind it and stuff to make sure you can see me. So yeah. So I conceal all of my areas with my concealer. This is my concealer from Blessed Air. I've ranted and raved about this forever, like pretty much in a couple of videos, and I absolutely love it. And I like this because it is full coverage. So it's a thick consistency, which means that it fully covers my blemishes. So I just apply the product onto my face using my finger like this, and then I just apply it onto my trouble areas. So I put it under my eyes. I obviously cover that big pimple that I have, and now you can see that's kind of going away. This right here just shows you that you don't always necessarily have to use a brush. The warmth of your fingers kind of works with the product you're using to do the job just fine. And I have a little pimple right in between my eyes right here. I'm telling you, this breakout was like crazy. Okay, so now that those areas have been pretty much covered as much as possible, I'm gonna go in with the foundation process. Now, I do not use, I guess, a foundation. I use a BB cream because I like how light and airy the BB cream is. Foundation can sometimes be very heavy and sometimes can be very cakey, and I'm not looking for cake face right now. I'm looking for something more natural. So I've been using the Maybelline BB cream for a while now, and as you can see, it's like pretty much at its end. Now I mix it with my Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse and Cocoa, and the reason why I mix it is because this is too light for me. When I brought this originally, it was my skin tone, and then obviously my skin must have gotten darker. So instead of throwing out the product, I just mixed it with a little bit of this, and I mix it so that it is my skin color. This is finished, so when I go buy a new one, I'll just buy the one that's a tone darker, and then I won't probably have to mix it. But I do like the combination of these two products, so who knows. But I like to use a BB cream because it's light. So I just add a bit of the BB cream to the back of my hand, like so. Then I take about 2 pumps of the liquid mousse. I put it in there. Then just taking the back of any random brush, I just mix it. all together. And then, like for instance, this is a little too dark for me, so I'll just go in and just add some more of the BB cream. So it's all about just mixing the products together, all because I am cheap and don't want to go out and buy a new one. I wanted to make sure that I used up this product before I just threw it to the wayside. I've mixed it to my liking. I'm now going to take the product in the back of the random brush and just kind of sweep that onto my face, and then I just pick it up and I just sweep it some more to put it in between. And I kind of keep the product on the back of my hand just because I need to pick it up as I blend. So I'm going to push back my turban a little bit so that I can make sure I get my forehead. To blend in this product, I alternate between using my fake beauty blender and my pointed foundation brush from e.l.f. Both work perfectly. I like to use the pointed one because it really gets under my eyes, but this one gets under my eyes too, so I guess it's just depending on how I feel. Today I'm going to be using this one because this one I need to clean, and so I'm going to use this one to blend it in. So now we're going to blend. When it comes to blending, I kind of like dab it into my skin, like kind of like press it into my skin. I don't like sweep it or whatever. I just kind of dab it in there. I find that when I do this, it gives me a nice finish that I like. Like it gives my face like this dewy, like you see how my face is like kind of glowy, like as if my face is wet. I like that look that it gives me. Now, I love using BB creams, tinted moisturizers, instead of foundations because they still give you coverage. Now, if you're looking for a full coverage, then obviously, I guess a tinted moisturizer wouldn't be for you. But I'm not looking to have like perfectly kind of flawless type skin. I'm just looking to cover, you know, up any blemishes slightly, and just to have a nice, well polished look, like an even skin tone. But I'm not looking to cake up and make my skin look like porcelain, although that look is really awesome. But since I have sensitive skin, that doesn't really work for me. So I'm gonna blend it downwards to make sure I don't have any, you know, crazy lines. I'm getting like all these comments on my phone, so I keep looking at my phone like, what is that popping up? This is how it looks once I have added the foundation, well, my BB cream, and I'm getting like a really dewy glow today, not like that. So now I'm gonna go in and highlight. So I highlight with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toffee. I alternate between Toffee and Warm Honey. Now to think about, I'm gonna use Warm Honey instead. So I just do your typical highlighting. I add some underneath my eyes in kind of like a triangular type motion. So I add some under my eyes. Squeeze some more product out. And basically, when you're highlighting, the purpose of it is to just like bring out these areas of your face. This is a trick that I learned on YouTube through various and different YouTubers, and I really like how the effect comes out. So that's why I've been doing it. So I add some to the bridge of my nose, I add some to in between my eyebrows, on my widow's peak, and on my below my bottom lip, like on my chin. Like that. I'm going to blend it with my fake beauty blender brush, although it is filthy. I am cleaning. I try to clean my brushes once a week. but you know, that doesn't always happen. So I'm going to just start to blend it in like in the same patting mode as I did with my pointed foundation brush. You can always apply this, blend it in with the sponge, either wet or dry. I have tried it both ways. I love doing it wet or dry. When I do it wet, it gives me like this nice little finish that I absolutely love. Or you can just do it dry like I'm doing it now. Either way, it's fine. I kind of like grip it and like press it like that to try to get like everywhere in between, like under my eyes. Sometimes I flip it like this and pat it under, and I like to look up so that I really get under there. So now all of that is blended out, blend. So I highlighted here on my nose, there and there. So when the light hits me, I'll be highlighted in these areas. And so now the last step is just to powder my face. Now, some people powder everything. Some people powder just where the concealer is. I mostly powder under my eyes. That's where I sweat the most, and on my nose is where I sweat the most. So I guess it just depends on how I'm feeling for the day. I never really powder my full face though, because I don't really feel the need to do it for myself. But other people like to powder everywhere, and I definitely understand why. They want to make sure their makeup stays put. But my makeup stays pretty put with where I put it. That sounds really crazy, but I know that with the right context. So I use HD Set and Forget by Ruby Kisses in the color Rich. I keep saying Earth. Cause I think it's because I keep meaning to get the color Earth, but I use Rich. See that right there? And so I pick up this brush. This is the brush that I use because it's kind of like small and to the point. This is a Sonia Kashuk brush, and I pick up the remains of it in the top because I don't want to pick up too much color at first. So I kind of like wisp it in there and pick up whatever color was left over from the last time, and I kind of just pat that under my eyes and kind of sweep it outward. For the sake of this video, I'm going to conceal all of the areas that I applied concealer in. That's typically what I do. I typically just, you know, I like to use my powder just to conceal the areas where I added my foundation, my concealer. So right in the middle. And then I just blend it outward. I like using this one because it's kind of like gives me a bronzy kind of look too, because the color is like a couple of shades darker than my skin tone because I picked up the wrong one, which is why I need to go out and get the one that's my shade. But I like this one because it kind of gives me like a bronzy look. So it's kind of like I'm bronzing and setting at the same time. So it's like two for the price of one. There's something in my eye now. Do you guys like my makeup? It was inspired by Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls. I was watching the Powerpuff Girls while I was doing my makeup, eye makeup, and this is how it came to be. So shouts out to you, Mojo. What y'all know about the Powerpuff Girls? Like 90s realness. So now we're done. Basically, after this step, I just add whatever lipstick I'm wearing and whatever blush I'm wearing. And that's it. I don't really do too much contouring and all that stuff because for me, I just don't like how it looks on me, and I haven't really mastered that yet. I am not a professional, so I'm pretty much learning as I go. So I don't really contour or any of that. So I guess that will be a separate video for when I get comfortable with that step. So ladies, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was informative and I hope you learned something. Once again, I am not a professional, but these are the tips and tricks that have worked for me so far. I'm always learning. So if you have any tips for me, or if you want any more further tips from me, then leave them your comments and questions down below. I always accept constructive criticism, and I'm always willing to help. So for a list of products and more pictures, pictures of what you've seen in today's video, please be sure to visit my blog at nothingmindaboutaplus.blogspot.com. The link for this exact blog post for this video will be down below, and if you're on the blog already, just scroll down and all the info will be down there. So, ladies, I hope that you have enjoyed, and until next time, love, life, like Tater Tots, and see you soon.